Good morning from the office. Sorry about that. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show, BKP. Welcome all. We are welcoming all comers. We are welcoming everybody. Everybody. Okay, I got my Ted Cruz book here. I'll tell you where I got that from. Not endorsing Ted Cruz. I know I need to turn the music down. Good morning from the office here, BKP. While we were away, I would be your host. I have this Ted Cruz book. I am not endorsing Senator Ted Cruz, okay? If you're watching this morning, I'm not endorsing the senator. I do like the senator. I like the senator. And I thought it would look good next to President Reagan. It's like the American flag. I never fly anything in front of Ronald Reagan, okay? So nothing flies in front. Kyle has never seen a book out there. If you do, let me know, because somebody's come in and rearranged things. The baseball, that's American. That's all American baseball. So the baseball can be there, okay, and the book can be there. But Ted Cruz is our friend and caller and number one supporter in the United States, our friend Joe McCutcheon. Stop by the office. Hey, people stop by the office all the time. They talk to me. They bring me things. I appreciate that. And he brought me this book, Ted Cruz, A Time for Truth. I told him I was going to put it on the desk, and thank Joe McCutcheon for bringing that. While we were away, we got a couple messages on some of my comments. Kyle, what were some of the messages we got in while we were in break?
Let me get them pulled back up here. Okay, both come from John. The first one being that Great Value Coffee. He says, Great Value Coffee, frowny face, it turns water brown.
I like Great Value Coffee, John. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you know what? It's great value. Just the name on there attracts me when the word value comes in.
I think you could save yourself some money if you just drank warm water.
No, this is Great Value Coffee. I'm okay with that. Goes with my $9 sneakers.
All right. Now the next one in regards to Chicago. Said it would be interesting to see what happens in Chicago if they had unlicensed carry for a few months, where any citizen that is legal to own a gun can carry without a license. I would predict that gun crime would drop substantially. Right now, it's so difficult to get a carry permit in Chicago that the city is a baited field for criminals. The bad guys know that the odds of a citizen being armed in the Windy City are very low. And that's what he had to say about that.
Well, you know, I'm going to get on Chicago a little later today, but it really bothers me. It gets me really right here, because, you know, when I say we welcome all, you don't know me very well if you do not know that I can't stand racism. Can't stand it. Okay, I like what LT has told me before. Everything racial is not racism. Okay, that's true. Everything racial is not racism, but I can't stand racism. And I don't care who. If a 17-year-old kid in this country, I don't care if he's black, Latino, Asian, white, I don't want to leave anybody out. I don't care if a 17-year-old kid is on the basketball court playing basketball at 4:45. Now let me tell you why this bothers me. And I'm going to get this, okay? We would go to my uncle's house when we were kids, okay? And some of you that did not grow up in some of these areas may not understand this, and my apology. I'm not trying to, whatever I'm saying here. But we would go play basketball at the school. Okay, we'd go to my uncle's house. We'd walk to the school. School was 2 blocks away. We walked to school, and there was 15 basketball courts all the way around, and we'd play basketball, okay? And when I was a kid, and you know, this is boring some people, but this is very true. We had church bells, okay? When you were a kid, you went out. You didn't have the cell phone. You didn't get a text from your mother. You knew the church bells, okay? And when the church bell would ring once for half hour. So if you just hear one bell, you knew it was on the half hour. But at the top of the hour, you would hear the bells, 4 bells, and then they would play the chimes behind it. Or 5 bells. And we were told that at 5 o'clock, we better leave that basketball court and get home, 2 blocks away. Time for supper. And when we heard those 5 church bells, we would leave and go home. I'm not trying to bore you with this, but see, I look at everything through the eyes of just growing up in America. Welcome to America. And I'm thinking there's a 17-year-old kid, because I used to be on this court. We were little kids, but the 17-year-olds were out there playing. And I'm thinking of a 17-year-old kid at 4:45, probably 15 minutes from having to go home to eat. His grandmother describes him as a great kid, ready to be a senior next year, and getting ready to start a new job. And I'm thinking the kid got killed. This is America. He got killed on the basketball court. And then there's a 7-year-old on the stoop, I understand. I didn't get into too much. Somebody just killed him. Open fire. Let's move on. Okay, so we'll talk about, let's get to the problems in this country. I mean, we have a 7-year-old, there's a total of 10 dead this weekend, I understand. We have a young lady in San Francisco Harbor died in her dad's arms saying, "Please help me." Whoa, I gotta get back. I'm not trying to bring it down. I'm in a great mood. It is Tuesday, July 7th here at Good Morning from the Office. This Tuesday morning is 68 degrees already. The high today is 89 degrees. Going to be a little cloudy, but the sun's coming out. Check out our Facebook page for what all we're talking about. We usually post it on Facebook. A couple things I have to do different in the show. Now, one, I'm in a great mood and I'm lack of sleep. But a couple things I have to do different in the show is, for those of you regular listeners and viewers, you know we've been in our go live mode of our new website. We have not been able to post in the old website. I can't go click around in the old website and pull stuff up like I want to for the show for local stuff. So I'm not going to be getting into too much local today. We will discuss local. Stay with us. But I can't go too much into the old one and pull stuff out. We want to welcome this morning White County, Dawson County, Lumpkin County, Union County, Towns County, Cherokee County, Murray to the FYN family. Because when the new website comes up, all of those communities, those counties will be across the top, and we will start having people contribute from those different areas. And if you would like to contribute from any of the counties I've just read, or Pickens, Fannin, or Gilmer, send me it's Fetch Your News. Send me a message to chief@fetchyournews.com, where we will not be intimidated here. We come and we bring it bold, right? Ronald Reagan, I'm talking Donald Trump, bold. We bring it bold every morning. We don't care. We're in an I don't care kind of mood today, okay? Team FYN Sports we told you about. Now, Gilmer County, I want to talk a little bit about Gilmer County. And Kyle, this is a segment. Sometimes I get sidetracked, and in fairness to Kyle, I got to let him know when we are getting into a segment. First of all, we talked to Matthew Waddell's dad yesterday about Matthew winning a bronze medal and a gold medal. Do we have that picture? Or is that ready to go? Is that something we can do?
Yes.
Give us just a second here. We talked to, and at the end of the show, I told Mark, I said, now the next thing I want to see is a picture of these medals and Matthew. Is it on the screen?
Yeah, I've got him on the podium.
He's on the podium?
Yep.
If you're looking at the screen or listening, on the podium is Matthew Waddell, and he is a young man from Gilmer County, Gilmer County Bobcat proud wrestler that is on Team USA Cadet. He's on the Cadet League, I guess call it Team USA. Went down to Guadalajara, Mexico, and competed in the Pan Am Games, and came back with the iron, and he's showing it. So congratulations, Matthew. We wanted to show that picture to you. Now, Gilmer County has on, let's get straight into this, all right? And let's get straight into this. Gilmer County has on the agenda. They have on the agenda. Hold on, let me pull it up. I apologize. I thought I had it up here. Won't take me but a minute. And I always give, if you're a listener, and even if you're not from the Gilmer County area, I always give the three commissioners, Travis Crouch, Dallas Miller, the post commissioners, and Charlie Paris, the chair. I always give them, if you're new to the show, I give them the highest respect for their transparency. I give the commission the highest respect for getting their agendas out there for people to see, for the citizens to know if they want to come to the meetings or whatever the case may be. I always do that. But this time there's a little but to it. And I'll tell you why. If you go to the workshop, and here's where I take just a little issue with this, and I'm not implying anything, but I'm reading the agenda for this Thursday's workshop for the Gilmer County Commissioners at 1 o'clock to be held in the jury room. Now, if you're used to going to this Thursday at 1 o'clock, if you're used to going to the Commissioners' conference room, you need to change that up. It will be upstairs in the Commissioners, in the jury room of the courthouse. Gilmer County Courthouse, 1 o'clock, Commissioners' workshop. After the workshop's over, there'll be a brief break because it'll probably take a while. It usually runs probably from 1 to 4, maybe a 2-hour break. And at 6 o'clock will be the Gilmer County Commissioners' regular meeting in the same jury room. Here at FetcherNews.com, FYN TV will bring that to you live on Thursday. We'll be there and we'll have it live on FYN TV. Now, number 11, and here's where I'm questioning, okay? Number 11 says, action on amending the Gilmer County Code as to Article 2, Chapter 10, titled Alcoholic Beverage. Now, my interest in that is, you're going to amend it to what? To what? What are you amending it to? I mean, this is on the workshop, okay? Action on amending the Gilmer County Code as to Article 2, Chapter 10, titled Alcohol Beverages. Now, as you well know, I went to Article 2, Chapter 10 at 4 o'clock this morning, and I read through that, and I don't know what you're changing it to, because you're not telling me, or changing it from, or amending it to, or what it will now read. I don't know what you're doing there. So if I'm a citizen out here and I read that, you're amending it to what? The second thing is action on amending the Gilmer County Code as to Article 2, Chapter 32, titled Farm Wineries. Amend it to what? So as I'm always saying that I'm very supportive of the Gilmer County Commissioners, their attitude of wanting to solve things. I think that's the best thing I could say about this commission. Because just like Fannin County, there's times when their commission are in uproar, and I have to come and report that. And there's times when other city councils are in uproar throughout the district. I have to come and report that. I have to say to you, Gilmer County Commission, what I would think, has a solutions attitude. I'm just telling you. Now, as you well know, those of you out there, when they wanted to change the bid spending limit in Gilmer County, this commission, I was very vocal, very public, and went and addressed the commission on it. And you know what? They were open to thinking it out. Now, I want to tell you, I want to be clear here. I hope you understand. I did not, you did not, we did not win that. That wasn't a win. Like we won something stopping them from moving the bid limits. What we did is we have a commission, or you out there and go, you have a solution-oriented commission. I'm going to give them that. And you have a commission that will think things out, and if something needs changed, they'll do it. So my concern on these two items in this commission is what I would call the lack of telling the public what you plan to amend it to. Now, I have talked to several people, so I have a general idea what the thought process is. I have talked to a winery, because I've called a winery, and if that winery would like to call in, or the owner of that winery would like to call in, or send me a text message and actually give me a clear definition of what the amendment is to farm wineries that is being looked at, I'll be glad to read that on the air, discuss it with them on the air. Be more than glad to if they can do it today or tomorrow. 706-889-9700. I want to get the position clear to the citizens of Gilmer County. But again, action number 12, action to amend Gilmer County Code as to Article 2, Chapter 2, titled Farm Wineries. Now, not to mention no names, I have the code, Gilmer County Code pulled up, and I read this several times. And I'm in farm wineries. Now, farm wineries, a farm winery, section 32-4, lawful activities permitted by a farm winery. A farm winery may conduct, this is Gilmer County may conduct all the lawful activities permitted under blah, blah, blah code, blah, blah, except, they cannot do this in Gilmer County, a farm winery, except that a farm winery shall not be permitted, back up, except that a farm winery shall not be permitted to sell distilled spirits, malt beverages, or wine products by a wine products by a non-Georgia farm winery. So they can't sell wine outside. They can't pour wine outside of that comes from outside of Georgia. They can't pour beer. They can't sell you a beer. Now, the reason they want to change it in Gilmer County is to mirror the state law. The state law allows this. Okay? And wineries want to be able to have events. They want to be able to have speakers. They want to be able to have different things. They want you to be able to have an option when you come out if these are my opinions of what I know of. And also, Gilmer County wineries are at a disadvantage of Fannin and Pickens. My understanding. I'm going to say surrounding neighbors. I don't want to say Pickens. That was wrong out of me. My apology. Gilmer County farm wineries have a disadvantage. They're disadvantaged by the surrounding neighbors. They're at a disadvantage. Now, let me give you my opinion. We're going to switch to that. How long did you think before that came? Okay. You knew that was coming. Now, your host, what you need to know about me is I'm a teetotaler. In fact, one of my friends at the winery calls me teetotaler when he sees me sometimes. And I'm a teetotaler, but I'm not going to go down that road. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I've been a teetotaler since I was 19 years old. And if you don't know what that means, teetotaler, you have to look it up. Anyhow, but I'm not a stick in the mud, right, Kyle? He knows that. So every once in a while I can say something to get his attention. But I'm not a stick in the mud when it comes to, my somewhat belief. Be careful here, Brian. BKP, you're teetering on the edge. But my somewhat belief is, you have a freedom to make choices. I choose not to drink. That's what I choose. Okay, you have a freedom. Now, getting into that, I don't want to get religious and touch on that. We are not having a problem with our young people. We are not having a problem, this is my opinion, we're not having a problem with our young people. We're not having a problem that I'm aware of in your county sheriff's office of pulling over people for a DUI at 2 a.m. and they just left the winery. So I'm not going to say nobody could be intoxicated. That could happen. But that's not our problem per se. This is my opinion. So you're not sitting there saying, well, if we mirror the state and we let a winery serve a beer to go, a glass of wine, or we can have a wedding or whatever at the winery and we could serve a beer, we're not really going to have a situation where at 2 a.m. Our young people will be out partying and they'll get pulled over and say, where have you been? I've been at the winery. That's one rocking place, that winery. Around 10 o'clock, it really opens up, right, Kyle? I mean, the band really opens up around 10 at the winery, right? So anyhow, that's the winery. So, but that's what they look to change. Now, you may be opposed to that, but Thursday's your chance to come. You may be opposed to it. Now, the other one, and I'll get off this, but it's important. because other counties around us are watching to see this. I'm going to tell you now, they are watching to see this. The other one is action on amending the Georgia Code as to Article 2, Chapter 10, titled Alcohol Beverage. Now, anybody out there, a commissioner or anybody out there that understands this, you're more than welcome to call me. But I have gone through this, and this is the alcohol beverage section of Gilmer County. I have gone through this all the way. Prohibited activities, I have read that. Penalties for violations, how to get a license. You're not permitted to consume alcohol within. Generally, it shall be unlawful for any person to open or consume all or any type of alcohol beverage within the distance of 300 feet of any premise licensed to sell the alcohol beverages under this article. Everything here under this Chapter 10 of Gilmer County's alcohol section, I can't figure out what they want to change about it. It allows package stores, convenience stores, whatever you want to call it. It allows them to get a license to, carry beer. If you ever wonder, you go in a store and the beer coolers are in the back, that's part of the law. Beer coolers cannot be up front. They have to be in the farthest back. If you read of the store, you may wonder why you have to go all the way through the store to get to a beer cooler. Actually, that's the law. It cannot be right up front in public view. You have to go back to it. Anyhow, I've looked at everything here on the alcohol section, Chapter 10 for Gilmer County. The only thing I can figure out is they want to amend it so you can pour alcohol in the county. Absolutely. Today I will find out if I'm correct, and 2, I will bring you those findings tomorrow. But I'm thinking they want to amend it because I don't see what they need to amend here. You can stop at a convenience store and buy a 6-pack. You can stop at a convenience store and buy alcohol. Not anywhere in the county, but if they meet the rules and the distance from churches and schools, those are all going to apply. No matter what they do, your churches and schools and your state laws are going to apply as far as that's concerned. But on that one, I'm thinking the amendment is to pour alcohol in the county. So, a lack of better way to put it, could you open a establishment, what we call out in the county, to pour alcohol if they amend it? And what are they amending it to? We'll find out today and come back to you tomorrow. I'm going to take a brief break. This is your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, where no, I'm not drinking. I know I'm in a great mood. Kyle's looking over and say, you sure you're in a teetotaler? I know it's 7:51 in the morning, but hey, it's a great morning here at FetchYourNews.com. Good morning from the office. It's a great morning. Great day to be alive. Get out there, do all you can do. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. And I'm telling you, if you opened your eyes today, that means the good Lord has given you another opportunity to do anything you want. And don't let people stop you. Plow forward. That's what I say. Donald Trump says a little bit of everything. But he's rich, really rich. So, hey, what about that? Your host, BKP. Let me read a couple. Thank many of our sponsors here before we take off, Kyle. We want to remember 1907 Restaurant. Go to the 1907 Restaurant here off the square in LJ. Don't forget it's FetchYourNews.com. And if you would like to, I'm not even going to look at the screen. You think I got to look at the screen? You think I got to look at the screen? I don't need a teleprompter. I'm going to tell you right now, we want to welcome Dawson, White, Lumpkin, Union Towns, Cherokee County, North Carolina, and Murray County. Did I get them all? Union Towns, Dawson, White, Lumpkin, Cherokee County, North Carolina, and Murray County. We want to welcome you. If you are in those counties and you want to contribute anything, you got the Gilmer, Pickens, and Fannin. You're also welcome, chief at FetchYourNews.com. If you want to contribute in those areas, the Flower Club, gardening, it doesn't matter what opinion pages, editorials, you want to send them in. Letters to the editor. You want to send something to us, we'll put it up there. Hey, we want to thank Mattress Overstock for supporting sponsoring this show. Go see Gary Richard Rhonda, the mattress lady over for the best mattress at the best price. They truly want to help you sleep better. Located in the East LJ Walmart Shopping Center. Mention you heard this ad on Fetch and receive a special gift with purchase. Call them today with any questions, 706-698-7378, or come in for a great deal. Now look, whether you call them or come in, you say to them, they're located over at East LJ Walmart Shopping Center. Gary Richard Rhonda, the mattress lady, saying, promo code Fetch Your News. Promo code Fetch Your News. I have a special discount worked out just for you. Don't forget. LJ Fitness, 379 River Street, LJ. LJ Fitness, 379 River Street, LJ. 706-636-2348. New Ground Market. That's New Ground Market. If you can't find them on Facebook, go to newgroundmarket.com. They're located here in LJ at 118 North Main Street, LJ, 706-455-3018. We're going to take a brief break, and when we come back, we're going to look at some more local, I'm not for sure, things going on because I can't go into the old website and look around as much and do as much. But we'll bring some more local information to you. The new website's going great. I know you say you can't see it. I'll explain when we come back. Good morning from the office. Your host, BKP. What a mood I'm in. Kyle, go to break.